What up, people of the world? Special Caesar here, coming at you with more sweet video game action. Welcome back to Dark Deity. We're on chapter 15, Koeli Sumash. I inadvertently went ahead and completed all of the bonds without recording them properly. I thought I'd press the record button, turns out I hadn't. I pressed the button next to it. So I completed a bunch of the bonds and a bunch of this chapter already on a previous unrecorded gameplay loop. So having to start again basically from where I was. So unfortunately you missed a bunch of the bonds, but I didn't get too far. Great waves, that was a close call, or too close. Old humbug's not cut out for this. I thought our guide was supposed to be helpful. I'll admit I may have miscalculated my estimation of the competence of our captain. There we go, thank you. Now, wait a minute. Hold on, I see something up ahead. That must be it. Stop the ship. Lower the sails. Aye, aye, Captain. Haha, you've always wanted to say that. Look at that thing. It's massive. Is this the temple we seek? Yes, you do well to drop anchor here before the ship gets too close. I'll drop my anchor where I please, thank you very much. Drop the anchor, quickly. If this is it, what now? I have brought you here, have I not? I cannot take the trial for you. So then the trial has already begun. No, you're saying the trial's inside you, idiot. Can you tell me nothing of it? Since you insist, I will share with you only what was once shared with me. The trial of the souls is comprised of 3 parts, test of mind, body, and spirit. The test of body is a fight unlike anything you have ever yet experienced. The only enemies you will face are the ones you take with you.
What?
The enemies we take with us? I've said what I will. Well, no point in stopping now, Irving. Come on, let's hop in the dinghies and have a look. Yeah, so you basically have to fight yourself. It's a pretty obvious move, but yeah, when you get inside, you have to fight yourself. So we'll get to that in a minute. I've been around the whole perimeter, not so much as a crevice, let alone any kind of entrance. Strange, Benji. Any luck with your strategy? No matter how hard I smash, these walls won't budge. I'll take that as a hard no. It's writing. Huh? The holes in the walls, if you connect them, they form letters. Now, how do you figure that one? The walls of our monastery had similar markings. Brilliant, yes, she's right, they do form letters. Characters in pre-Calamity Elvish, to be precise. Sun Elvish, probably. Actually, the elves shared a common language before the Calamity, though it's hard to imagine now. It's quite different from our own tongues, but I should be able to translate. Just a moment. Boy, am I lucky you guys are here, because I never would have figured that out. I think it's a riddle of some kind. What does it say? Power is a seed. To yield a fruit harvest, it must be... Then it trails off. There's no punctuation and so the latter part must be missing. You go ahead and analyze that punctuation, Corb, and let the real brains in the group think about solutions. Presumably it rhymes in its completed form. In ancient Elvish, of course. I can translate different words to see if the ending letters match. As seed planted, watered. Far too simple, perhaps soaked or germinated. No, I don't think any of those words would have sounded similar. Well, let's think. What's on a farm? A shovel, cows, farmers, a field? Genius. There are farmers on a farm. Yes, truly a remarkable insight, Sophia. Thanks. A field. The letters at the end match exactly the word for harvest, though another should have come before it. Huh, not bad. Sown a field, grown a field. What do we have you scholar types here for anyway? Go on, do your thing. No, those words are too short. It wouldn't fit the meter. Scattered a field. Let me see. Why, yes. The meter fits perfectly, that's it. So now what? Do we say it? Well, I've never actually tried to speak the language. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever even heard anyone speak it. I wouldn't know where to begin. Irving, take me closer to the walls. Alright. Galera uhatara. And then, yeah, you get a fight where you have to fight yourself. Yeah, the only enemies you bring and ones you bring with you, is this your idea of a joke? I don't think I like how I'm looking at me. You think we can make friends with them? I think that's the last thing they want. Worth a shot, though. We don't want to fight. You need not express your wants in this place. We have read your soul. You must fight, and so you will. Can't say that isn't creepy. There's no reason to delay. Time is not on your side. This much weighs heavily on your souls. Right. Oh, right. Looks like we'll have no choice. Leave it to you to keep pushing forward, even in ghost form. Garrick, son of Galen, you are stronger than you allow yourself to know. Marin, the voice of comfort, in all your efforts, you have always been enough. Alden, a hero before your time, you need not try to measure up, for you already do. Irving, bound by blood, your conviction will hold you steady when you fear to break. Such resolve has not touched this place in millennium. The challenge is cast onwards to your fate. Yeah, and you have to fight yourself. So instead of having 14 warriors come in with me, like it suggests, I'm just going to cut all of them and have just Irving fight himself. Just so it speeds up the battle and we get tons of gold at the end. Do 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 do. Charge! And now the slugfest begins.
You've made your death a necessity! Strength is the only path to peace. I won't rejoice in destruction.
And look at that. We end up with 4,689 gold because of how quickly we accomplished the mission. Booyah! Well, that was unexpected. Perhaps it should not have been. I understand the warning now. A lot of good that does us. Regardless, we did it. Now I'm no arithmetician, but 2 parts down means there's 1 more part to go. And I doubt this giant door is here by accident. Let's check it out. Wait. What is it? Only one should enter the inner sanctum, alone, with myself, of course. The trial was originally designed to be faced one at a time. And who do you propose that should be? That is not for me to decide.
Aww.
I don't like the idea of splitting up. Well, we have to. We should call a vote to decide who goes. Irving, I don't think we need to call a vote. Very well, then it should be Vesta or Maeve. Your organizations know more of these affairs than the rest of us combined. I'm not so sure that's true, Irving. And even if it were, I'm not sure that would help. Alright, then who else? I think most of us feel it should be you. Really? I'm not sure that makes sense. One roundabout way or another, all of us ended up together because of you. Besides, it was your father's idea to send us here. His faith in you is what convinced him to continue to trust us with the aspects in the first place. Seems to me you give us our best chance. Does anyone object?
Well, what do you know?
There's your vote. It seems your friends have made their choice, Irving. Alright, so they have. Wish me luck. You won't need it. Don't tell me when I will and won't need luck. Just wish it to me, woman. Oh man, this is messed up. What's going on? A bright flame illuminates the walls of the sanctum. It has lain in darkness for many years. To see these walls again stirs something in me. Silence, Anchored One. I know why you have come. It is not you with whom I wish to speak. Tell me, Bright Flame, what brings you to this place? Who asks this? Ha ha ha! A guest enters my home and asks that I make an account of myself. I am Koili Sumash, once revered in this place, where now my Terrazelian aspect rests. The god of the soul. I see you are acquainted with my domain. Now I would ask to know more of you. Forgive my brashness, mighty Koel Sumash. My name is Irving. It is pleasant to know what you are called, but the soul speaks more of a man than his name. That may be. I was sent here on behalf of the Order of Eternals. We hope to protect the aspects from one who would use them for ill. Yes, such faith the Order has in its cause and its agents. I hope it is not misplaced. As do I. I was informed that if I passed your trial, I might receive something that would aid our quest. Supplies or perhaps a weapon of some kind. Indeed you might. Tell me, who are these who stand so nervously beyond the threshold? They are soldiers, I suppose. Great fighters from many corners of Terra. Foiling in the plot of this nefarious aspect thief has become our only common purpose. I see they are each of them quite powerful. It's true, each brings something unique to the whole. What if you learned that I could grant all of these powers to you? I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean. No longer would the mighty Irving, heir of House Sildarian, fight to win the approval of his own troops, coordinate their movements, or inspire them to courage. His will would be indomitable, subsumed by all who looked upon him with admiration in their hearts. At what cost? What you ask is wise. A fine boon comes at a fine prize. Such a transference of power would cost them their mortal souls. Oh man. I wouldn't think of it. And if it was the only way to prevent the disaster you fear? Still, I couldn't. Besides, I don't see how that would be the case. They become so much of why I want to stop this necromancer in the first place. They're my friends. Why, you should have said so. You called them soldiers, if you remember. Perhaps I was wrong to. To err is mortal, but to acknowledge this and grow, that is divine. These friends of yours, how do you lead them? By love, fear, the promise of gold? Trust, I think. Though if I'm being honest, I'm not sure I understand it. Their loyalty humbles you. I guess I'm just not as convinced as they are that I know what's right, or that I always will. They need not believe you are right, nor need you may be right. What? They need not believe you are right, nor need you be right. Oh, I see, you don't need to be right. Your thoughts search for justice, as one I have seen before, but justice does not reside in the mind. A sand glass may tell the time, but not the weather. Be that as it may, I fear our time is in short supply. But you have yet to present me your gift. Gift? Yes, the stone which has guided you to me. It has travelled many leagues and years to come to rest in this place. Set it on my altar. You have my thanks, Bright Flame. Trove of eternal aspects. The members of your order who entrusted these to you may have passed from this world long ago. Now it seems they are safest and most useful with you. But what of the third trial? I was told there would be 3. Ha! All 3 trials you have passed, Bright Flame, and with a sincerity such as I have never seen. Which is why I entrust you too with my own aspect. Now go and leave me with this troubled one. There are stirrings in Astralis I could use his bleak thoughts on. At last, Irving, these aspects may aid you, but they cannot save you or your friends. Only you can do that. Such wisdom, and how many empires rose and fell while you thought up those words? I've discovered much in my solitude, Coeli. Then we have much to discuss. Farewell, Bright Flame, and take courage in your quest. Continue your search for righteousness, as if Teresiel itself depended on it. Perhaps it does. Yes, perhaps it does. Okay, weird, mystic, mysterious. Conversing with a god, I can hardly believe it. This is the stuff of fairy legends.
Take
Whoa,
heart.
Who the fuck is this person? Vesta, well, I believe that what I see, and I'm looking at more aspects than I ever knew existed in one
Definitely.
place. Who the hell is Faust? Where did you come from? Vesta, I'm going to take some time to figure out what each of these are capable of.
Sure thing.
Well, we've got no shortage of that. It'll be aware before we make landfall on Etlan, and that's assuming we can get out of these mists without our guide. Did you really have to leave it behind?
Yes.
Yes, it seems Koel Sumash had some purpose for it. What that might be, I couldn't say.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I can't say I'm too mad about it. That guy was making me nervous anyway. I'm sorry, but who the hell are you? I think I might have to agree. Wait a minute, how did you get here? On the ship? And just how exactly did you sneak onto my ship? In one of your barrels. You don't exactly have the strictest security detail. You free-riding rat. I should have thrown you overboard.
Jeez.
Okay, Captain Tough. Maybe if you actually shipped any goods, it wouldn't have had I wouldn't have had so much free real estate to choose from.
Look, kid.
Why, you little... I think maybe we should leave these 2 to settle this themselves. So we've got a random new battle mage, apparently, who just snuck on board. Now we've got to go back over chapter 16, over chapter 9. Hey, good to be out of the mist, isn't it? Definitely. The clear skies seem to have thawed on the mum a little bit, which I think everyone is appreciating. How are you holding up? Well enough, and all things considered. That's good to hear. You've been through a lot these past few weeks. More than I signed up for when I enrolled in the academy, that's for sure. But that's always how it is, isn't it?
What?
How do you mean? It was never like that before. No, but in all the stories we ever heard growing up, a good hero always gets more than he bargains for. I guess, but in stories you always know the hero can handle it.
Hardly.
Not necessarily. Didn't you ever study the great Sun Elf tragedies at the academy? So my story is a tragedy, that's reassuring. No, life is different, of course. More like being the author and the main character at the same time. I hardly feel that in control of anything. Fine, maybe it's more like being one of several authors. Do you think he knows we're coming? The necromancer? Whoever that was on the battlefield. I think he expects to see you again, and I think he'll be better prepared.
No kidding.
I think so too. In fact, I'm sure of it, though I can't explain why. Well then, the only thing to do is to be more prepared for him than he is for us. Ha! Your father would be proud. I am flattered to hear those words from your mouth. That's probably as close to his approval as I'll ever get. That's not true, and you know it. Perhaps it seems we could both benefit from giving ourselves a little more credit for our accomplishments. Perhaps. Well, I think I'm going to turn in. Ford needs me on deck bright and early tomorrow. Sounds good. And Garrick, I just wanted to tell you I'm really grateful you're still here after everything. You know, I get these moments sometimes that make me feel like the 4 of us are right back at the academy, like nothing has changed. I know what you mean. I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't do that. Well, I'll leave you to enjoy the view. Beautiful, isn't it? But don't stare too long. I wouldn't want to wake up and find you out you've fallen overboard to be captured by wandering Aelithia. Didn't you say you were turning in? Right. Yes, right, indeed. Hey, would you look at that? The priest lady finally looks up from her rocks to take in the sea. You really are the worst, Ford. What are you still around for anyway? Weren't you going to use us to extort your debtors and be off? Yeah, well, the financing from your beloved order should just about cover things. Besides, I think you guys are starting to like having me around. I wouldn't want to make anybody sad. No, just irritated apparently. Only you, your holiness. Ugh. Hey look, dolphins. See how they breach one after the other? One after another. I read once that this sometimes inspires the sailors' stories of sea serpents. Oh, trust me, when you've seen the real thing, you can tell the difference. Whoa, I've never seen anything like that. They're majestic. Now, what is this? That appears to be avian excrement. Accursed birds. Ha, that might be bad news for your road, but it's good news for us. We can't be too far from shore. How far do you reckon? With winds like this, not more than a day. Say, Sarah, you sure your guys will take good care of old Humpback? It seems like we might be gone a while. I couldn't live with myself if anything happened to her. Your ship will be safe in Aramore, Ford, you have my word. I just wish Aramore isn't so far from Kerch. It'll be weeks before we get there. On the bright side, the sea's less than what we've spent on the ship. What? On the bright side, that's less than what we've spent on the ship, yeah? It's just travelling on foot, like criminals. It's completely different. It is, but this is important. My contacts will help us get to the bottom of who's behind all this. I know. Nothing best to see, huh, kid? We won't be fugitives forever, Alden. Once we've secured the aspects and stopped whatever is afoot, all of Delia will know what we've done. They'll understand. If by they you mean Varric, I hardly think he developed a sudden inclination for mercy if he's still king after all of this. We'll see. Yes, we will see. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. In the depths of Corelli Sumash's temple, Irving meets the god himself. After passing the trial of soul, Corelli Sumash entrusts Irving with the power of a huge trove of aspects. The party departs from the mist safely, heading back to Emblem after the ardor of their voyage to Vera, spirits alone. Each knows that a difficult journey lay ahead of them. They head for Kerch, where Vesta has an order contact who can set them up and give them the lay of the land. For some inexplicable reason, Faust continues to follow along. Okay. Oh, we got another cleric. Let's make another acolyte. They're really cool. What's he got? Chaotic energy. Allies within 2 tiles gain 8% crit. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Get another one then. Blow keys. Whoa, this guy's got a massive sword on his back. Irene, the prodigal priestess returns. It's good to see you, Vesta. And you, Irene, though I wish the circumstances were different.
Wow.
Comes from the territory. Tavern Chatter says you and your friends here set off across the sea. Never to return, I would hope. Depends on who you ask. Would you mind introducing yourselves? I feel like a rat in a steam house right now. I'm Irving Sildarin of Brookstead. Maeve Levon, Grand Inquisitor for the Mystical Council of the Expanse. For the Mystic Council of the Expanse. Lincoln Voldosov, former captain of the Delian Army. Sarah Roan, third in line for the Aramoran throne.
Wait.
So let me get this straight. The grandson of the Order's Grandmaster, right hand of Delia's former commander, and the likely future Queen of Aramore, and the Mystic Council's favourite Inquisitor. That about cover it? Favourite is a stretch, but you're correct for the most part. I was hoping you could catch us up on what we've missed in our absence. You might as well get comfortable then. I've been doing my best to track the one you had warned me about before your departure. The Necromancer?
Hard to be sure.
Well, him too. Turns out there are a lot of shadowy figures traipsing about Delia, causing havoc these days. The strangest thing is that everything worth tracking seems to operate out of Sojourn, which to me means one of three things. Either Varric's spies haven't noticed, haven't been able to stop it, or have been told not to stop it. I know Varric, if he caught wind of an unchecked conspiracy, he'd be tearing the country apart piece by piece to root it up. Well, he is. I'm just not sure the two are related. What do you mean? He's been accelerating timelines and work schedules for every construction project in Delia, most notably the aqueducts. He's destroyed several villages in its path and has conscripted their villagers for indentured labour. That's cruel. The purpose of a king is to protect his people, not use them to advance his own glory. You've met the man, Irving. He's not who he once was. Please continue, Irene. Thousands of others who feel as Irving does have been imprisoned or indentured. They're reopening rural prisons that haven't been touched in decades. It's worse than we thought, especially for the common folk. It seems no one is safe from Varric's wrath. That much is certain. This entire country is at its tipping point. I wish I had more information for you, but I can't find so much as a word on the Necromancer. What of the other sorcerer, the one that wiped out the armies at Swift Harbour? Every scrap of intel on that day points back to your group. Were you not responsible? No, we were not. That's quite troubling. We're back to square one then. What news of the war? Stalled for the moment. Neither king seems in any particular hurry to lose the other half of their army. I never imagined it would come to this, but King Varric strikes me as the most promising lead at the moment. It's unlike him not to investigate these occurrences. It's possible he's working with the sorcerer or the necromancer, or worse, both. What about this prodigy you mentioned back in Shelebons? Care to elaborate? I wouldn't know how to, and I certainly wouldn't be authorized to if I did. It's not important, Lincoln, not right now. We're going to have to go through Varric to get to whoever's behind this. Either way, we might as well make our peace with that. Irving is right. Right now, whatever Maeve knows about this prodigy doesn't matter until we're ready for it. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. That's not English. How do we get started? First things first, we'll need a base of operations. We can sort out the rest from there. Any suggestions, Lincoln? You know better than anyone where Varric's men would be looking for us. I do know one place that they dare not go. It's not far from here, actually. You speak of the Marrows. If you know of this place, you know it's best not to discuss it further until we arrive. We'll scare everyone half to death, unless you have an alternative suggestion. No. You already scaring me, Lincoln, but it seems we have little choice. I trust your judgment. Irene, thank you for your diligence. Your service does you great honor. Honor is nice, but it won't put me up with the platinum pony. You'll receive your payment from the order soon enough. In the meantime, leave no stone unturned.
Farewell.
I'll do what I can. Farewell. Hopefully we'll meet again soon. Yeah, hopefully we will meet again soon. Right, I just want to check who we just got. Oh, Faust, he's an acolyte. He's not a battle mage. 24 magic, only 11 defense. How does he compare? He's what? He's a level 28 acolyte. How does he compare to Lincoln? Lincoln's level 26. Lincoln's got 73 health. He's got 49. He's got 25 strength and 31 magic. 11 defense. Oh, he's got way more. Lincoln is way more beastly than this guy. Faust is rubbish. Yeah, we're probably not going to use him. He'd just die. If he was a battle mage, I might have used him, but he's not, and he's just not very good. Oh, he's got loads of speed. So he dodges. He's a dodge guy. 32 speed is pretty good. Anyway, so that's him. Let's check our convoy, and I turn out. Whoa. True speed doubled when below 30 HP. Crit increased by 30% of defense and fortitude half. Mastery increased by 20%. Hit rate is always 50% power. Oh, hit rate is always 50%. Power is increased by 50%. Enemies are much more likely to attack the holder. Grants 40% resistance to fire magic. Grants 40% resistance to storm magic. Swaps defense and fortitude. Right. Swaps power and true speed. Fortitude plus 10 with no adjacent allies. Attacks mark enemies, increases damage taken by 10% for 1 turn. That's really good. Significantly lowers the rate at which enemies target the holder. Dodge increased by 60%. Defense and fortitude increased by 10. Oh, dodge reduced by 60%. Defense and fortitude increased by 10. Oh, nice. We want that on this guy. We want this on Alden. So he's got no dodge, but his defense and fortitude has gone up massively. Attacking and defeating an enemy heals nearby allies for 10 HP. That's really good. Ren, I'm not sure what we want yet. Grants 40% resistance to heavy magic. Luck depleted to increase power, dodge, and true speed. Yeah, I might do that. Swaps defense and strength. So if you've got someone who's really strong, what does Faust have? Is Faust really strong? Defense and strength. Actually, doesn't Lincoln have ridiculous strength? Yeah, if we swap strength and defense, he'd have 25 defense. He doesn't need that hit chance. Let's give him that. Defense and strength. Defense and strength. Ren wants Noah's glow. Yeah, we definitely want that on him. Swaps crit and power. Swaps accuracy and dodge. Magic depleted to increase defense and fortitude. Magic depleted to increase defense and fortitude. Okay. So you want that on a tank, someone who doesn't need magic. Probably Irving. Okay, Faust, we don't need. He's got something, he's got something, he's got something, he's got something. He's got something, he's got something. Sarah we're not using anymore. Bianca can have. Yeah, can have that. Iris can have that. Sorry, Bianca's got something. Rima's got something. Chaos needs something. Well, we've got accuracy and dodge, crit and power, mastery and luck. Yeah, we want that on him. Because he's killing people a lot. Helena's got something. Ford has something. Elias has something. Sophia has something. And I don't use any of these. There's a few there which I quite like. Fortitude plus 2. There's quite a few there, but I don't think any of them are ones that I particularly want to use. Okay, so that's that. We don't have any upgrades, but we can buy another. Irving can buy... Oh, he's got a jar of milk. Permanent plus 2 dexterity. He's got that as well. Who do we want to give dexterity to? Probably Garrick. Alden's going to buy another jar of milk, and we're going to get his defense up massively. Right, bonds. Same again. I'm just going to let you read them. I'm not going to read them out loud because I'm going to save my throat and my voice for the main storyline.
Oh, come on.
I'm sure of it. Ugh. Fool.
Guess I'll state the obvious. You're not half bad.
Troubling.
Agreed. I'm afraid not. The order.
No. Indeed.
Yep. Wow.
Yes. No kidding.
Guess I'll state the obvious. Oh, come on. You're not half bad.
Hmm.
Of course.
Hmm.
Huh.
Hmm.
It is willed. I wonder.
Hmm?
No.
As you will.
I don't understand.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh-huh. Well...
Okay, that is all of the bonding done. So let's just save it under chapter that, and let's advance. These legs were meant for the sea, not the dirt. I don't think I could walk another 5 minutes, let alone another day. Well, it looks like you won't have to. Yes, this must be it. This is it. I'm not sure the side of a mountain has the best place to make camp. No, not on the side of it, inside of it. There's an intricate system of caverns here and an entrance just up ahead. Oh, exciting. Never been inside a cave before. We should be far from prying eyes here. The Delian army's scouts are instructed to avoid this area at all costs. Why is that? For their own safety. For their own safety? And we're just learning about this now? What? No, I'm quite sure I think you might have left that part out, Lincoln. I see. Well, forgive me, but whatever their reasons, I'm sure it's nothing we can't handle. I hope you're right. Stay alert, everyone. Come on, let's take a look.
Wow!
So check this out. Wow, what's this? Some kind of war room? Delian scouts had a presence in these mountains a very long time ago. Do you think they built this? It's quite possible.
Whoa there!
That would explain the dust. It's perfect, like it was built just for us. Look on the wall, seems like someone's already mapped out a huge chunk of the caverns. There's something in this machine that's still burning. What is this?
Watch yourself.
Fenton, watch yourself. None of your damn business, that's what it is.
To arms!
Weapons. Get your dainty fingers away from my map. A dwarf? It's a dwarf. The Delian army is afraid of a dwarf? Not just any dwarf, mind you. Fenton the troll trampler, goblin grinder, and hobgoblin hobbler. I reckon I could put quite a dent in any army, with the right hammer, of course. Please, Fenton the goblin gobbler. I assure you, we mean no harm to you or your people. Ha, my people. Even I mean harm to my own people now and again. You really ought to meet some of them.
Right.
Oh, that's quite alright. No need for that. Well, there aren't many here now. I've got a taste for adventure as far as dwarves go. Venturing this far south. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Not to worry, we'll clear the trespassers here. I'm sure we can find another place to set up camp. We'll be on our way. Well, wait, you said you were looking for a place to make camp? That's right.
Huh?
It's safe here. I've plenty of food and provisions. If you like, perhaps you could stay a while for a price, naturally. The journey here has run us dry of our coin, I'm afraid. Then perhaps you can repay me with a favour. What kind of favour? Well, I have a small problem. I spent the last few years tracking down my inheritance, only I've had some trouble getting to it. You mentioned you were short on coin. Let me be clear, this here's my claim. But if you help me secure it, I'll oblige you, say, a 10% cut. Fair is fair, after all, and the lot of you seem strong enough.
Don't get greedy.
Don't get greedy. Irving, if this inheritance is of any significance, it might just be the break we need.
It could work.
Fenton, if we assist you, might we be able to take this place a more permanent home?
Aye.
Of course, once I've got what I came for, I'll leave the whole place to you. Oh, this is a real thrill. I've wasted a long time for this. Come, I'll lead the way. Hang on, just what kind of problem are we dealing with exactly? You'll see, no time for chit-chat. Gold, platinum, silver, they don't rust. You can thank Varden for that, but copper corrodes. Best not to waste any time. Fenton, wait. Copper corrodes. So what? You got your inheritance in copper coins, do you? Oh my shit! It's a dragon. There she is, minor dragon king, not like the big ones out east. A dragon, and that's a small one. Eyes small but fearsome nonetheless. I hope we get to pick our 10% or what's left of it. If by we you mean who's left of us. Friends, we have no reason to fear. We're more than capable and surprise is on our side. Ha, I like how you put it. Well, I figured out to help in that slaying and whatnot. Can't risk you all dying and losing my chance of my inheritance. Of course. Blimey. And he's just, we're going to go with Barbarian on this guy. Just because we don't particularly care about him. What does he have? Might of the Mountain. Damage increased by 20% of level. Jeez. Yeah, let's make him a Barbarian. Why not? He's a dwarf after all. That fits him quite well, having the axe. Well, we can't be all legends in our own right. Watch and learn, little man. Okay, well, guys, we are coming up to the hour, so I'm going to wrap things up here for now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching the stream. I do hugely appreciate it, guys. You're awesome, so thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to dive straight into the next episode and slay this dragon. So I will see you then. Until then, peace out, and as always, stay classy.